All right, hello and welcome to the NAGA Week 5 edition of Columbus at Milwaukee. Now, unfortunately, there was a bug that we will show here momentarily that ended the previous broadcast. Now, we are tight for time, so already this recording is going to be pushing the limit to how closely we can get before this game is required to be uploaded. And in obviously the faces of everyone that you are now watching this. So we will go ahead and put that bug up now if we can. If not, then we will go ahead and drop that in the Discord later. But anywho, we are now back after that terrible bug that ended the game, unable to stop anything, had to completely shut it all down. So we are back. Columbus at Milwaukee. Obviously, you see the lineup here, the QB comparison, running back comparison, then the wide receiver comparison. These two teams, a little bit evenly matched. We're going to see who comes out on top. Expert picks say that Columbus has a 55% chance of winning, with Danny taking Milwaukee in a blowout win, and Joe Dave taking Columbus in a blowout win, and James saying it's going to be a close game, but Columbus is going to eke on by. I'm going to go ahead, and we are going to look at the QB regular season performances. We have the 6-year veteran Jalen Washington facing off against Joseph Abatangelo with a 1-year experience. He was a rookie last year. This will be his sophomore year. Both have thrown 10 touchdowns, but Washington, he's perfect on the year, and that's what gets that 137.9 rating. He also leads Abatangelo in passing yards, but Abatangelo has more attempts. He's got more completions as well. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to head on down to the train depot, and I will see you all there. All right, hello and welcome as Columbus chooses heads. I was a bit late to react to that one. They do win. They choose to receive. An urgent notification on my phone. And that will now be put to the side as that situation is now dealt with as Milwaukee will kick off for Columbus. Pittenger, however you want to say it. Ellis with the return, and he's taken down by number 30. First and 10 at the 22-yard line. Columbus starting with decent starting field. Not too great. Not too bad. Washington under center. Surveying the defense. Going to motion the tight end out to the right. It's going to hand off to Chambers. Chambers running right. Chambers pushing forward. Gain of 5 yards. And let's talk about the effort from that defensive lineman right there. Gets pancaked. As Chambers is about to pass him, he gets up, finds the strength, and tackles him. That's what you want to see in a defensive lineman. Washington in the backfield, surveying. Going to motion the man from the left to the inside. Back to pass. Washington, 5-man rush. No one around him for days, and he's intercepted his first ever interception. Campbell, number 2. Oh my goodness. Many believe there is a Cole curse in the league where if a player does not have an interception and I commentate the game, they leave with one. And I claim another victim, unfortunately. I apologize to Columbus fans as Milwaukee now gets the ball. Graham with a great run up the side. Oh, he had just broken outwards. 15-yard gain could have been an immediate touchdown. Great play by Milwaukee, and Milwaukee now inside the red zone in just one play. The entire script is flipped on its head. The entire momentum is shifted. Milwaukee now ready to score some points. Abatangelo motions the man inside. Abatangelo back to pass, 4-man rush, immediate pressure. My goodness, minus 8 yards on the sack. Edwards, 91. I mean, wow. Like, I don't even know what to say. Abatangelo under center, surveying, going to motion the man from the left to the far right. There is a flag, false start against the offense. Aaron Scott, he's trying to get ready. He's trying to get prepared for that D-line, and in that, he gave up a penalty. Unfortunate. Milwaukee now within obvious scoring distance. It's not so obvious anymore. 2nd and 23. Abatangelo under center. They might just run this one, try to get as much yards back, and they do. Graham, oh my goodness, nice juke, but only gains 3 yards. 3rd and 20. Oh, man. Give props to Columbus. Their D-line gave up a massive run play, followed up by a massive, massive sack on the quarterback. Abitangelo motioning the man to the left, surveying the defense, fakes the handoff, back to pass. He's going to launch it to the end zone. Number 29 with the great deflection, the heavy wind, drifting that ball almost away from, well, I mean, it actually did drift the ball away from the receiver into the defensive hand. Too bad the defender has bricks for hands, and that's why he's a defensive back and not a receiver. Pittenger, the kick is up. Oh my goodness, and it's no good. Wow. 45-yard field goal, and what was once a promising start just swung all the way back in Columbus's favor. Washington under center, motion the man. This is probably going to be a run to get the confidence back. It is. Chambers off to the right. He's got a massive lane. 8-yard gain. And I don't know what Milwaukee thought was going to occur. You just intercepted him. You always have to understand when a quarterback gets intercepted, doesn't matter if they're 34 years old or 22 years old. Because Chambers gets an easy first down, tackled after 4 yards. The OC is not going to let the quarterback throw a back-to-back interception. It doesn't matter who you are, right? You don't want to give that momentum up. You're just going to run the ball. Okay, you lose 2 yards, whatever. You gain 10 yards, even better. Pitch on to Gaddis. Gaddis too slow to get to the line of scrimmage. Howlett with the TFL. Ricky Chambers coming back in. 2nd and 11. Now, Milwaukee does have a strength in that their wide receiver Brooks is 10th in receiving yards and has 5 touchdowns. Chambers shakes off a man and shakes off a second man. Oh my goodness. That is a grown man right there, manhandling other men. Like, that is insane. Defensive linemen, too, by the way. Men who are 150 pounds heavier than him. Washington under center, 3rd and 11, pitches it out to Gaddis. Gaddis in wide lane to the right. Caught after a gain of 7 yards, 4th and 4. Columbus will punt. Not exactly what they wanted, but this is a lot better than giving up the ball at the 19 as Hill gets tackled immediately upon reception. I believe that will be called a punt inside the 20. Giving up the ball around the 30-yard line and then being on the 19-yard line, not exactly optimal. Abitangelo, motion the tight end out to the right. Surveying the defense, going to hand off to Graham, and Graham is going to avoid 2 would-be tacklers and gain 6 yards. Tony Graham, 3 for 24, as Abitangelo motions him out to the left. Empty backfield, 4-man rush. That's a lot of confidence, and Brooks, oh my goodness, what a catch. The wind saved Abitangelo. That was a pass directed at number 55. The wind slightly curved it into Brooks' hands. Abitangelo is going to look at him and say, hey, I knew that was going to happen. Under center, hands off to Graham. Graham running to the right. Graham being taken down by number 28, but not before he gets an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2. Robert Spellman now coming in for Tony Graham. Massive blitz on the interior side. He ran to the right, got a massive gain. Abitangelo, Spellman to his left, surveying the defense. 1 safety overhead. Motions the man inside. Back to pass, 4-man rush. He has all day. He's going to launch it to the left. Oh my lord. Wilkins, 6-yard gain. Wow. Toe drag swag. My lord. What a play. Abitangelo under center there, literally at the 50. Hands off to Graham. Graham running the middle. Graham getting a lot of yardage. 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. Spellman now coming in. If I'm Columbus, I start to look at what can we possibly do to fix this. Tony Graham. Pitches it out to Spellman. Spellman out to the right. Spellman, oh my goodness, what a evasion. 9-yard gain. My goodness. What a play he made. Abitangelo, under center. Back to pass, 4-man rush. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to throw it away. Good decision by him. Apologies about that break. There was a potential power outage about to occur. Potential is under center. Graham off to the right. He's got all the space in the world. 10-yard gain, but they're going to say he's short 3rd and inches. Robert Spellman now in. Abatangelo under center. Spellman in the back. Spellman gets the handoff, following his fullback, and he pushes forward for a nice gain of 12 yards. Tony Graham in for Spellman. Milwaukee in the red zone, knocking on the door for some points finally. Abatangelo hands off to Graham. Graham right up the middle, gain of 5 yards, and I think they learned their lesson this time. If you're going to lose yardage, lose yardage with the running back. Do not give the quarterback a -8 sack again. Abatangelo motion the man out to the right. Hands off to Spellman. Spellman running to the right, trying to avoid, but it's unable. That's a -1. Going to go ahead and write down some game notes real quick. Abatangelo back to pass. He's going to launch it into the end zone. Wilkins with an incredible shoelace catch, and that's a touchdown. And the PAT is good. Milwaukee up 7-0. Milwaukee, Pittenger, kicking deep. Number 13, Ellis for the return. He's got a full army in his face, my lord. Taken down immediately at the 23, 1st and 10. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Paul, the fullback with the rush, and he is getting some massive yardage, 5-yard gain. Which should have been a 2-yard gain. It's in fact now a 5-yard gain. Brendan Paul, 1 for 5. Washington under center is going to hand off to Chambers. Chambers is going to push forward, but he's taken down after a gain of 1, 3rd and 3. But they're going to say, all right. I guess they were far enough on the 5th, the 2nd and 5, to where he gained 1 yard, and that basically eclipsed over to 3rd and 3. Washington back to pass, major blitz package, and Michaels with an incredible catch and an incredible window, 19-yard gain. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better window throw than what Washington just put up. It's Washington under center. Chambers in the back. Motion of the far left man out to the right. And it's a run up the middle to the right. Chambers pushing forward, getting 9 yards on it. My goodness. A delayed blitz from the secondary on the left side. You couldn't have asked for a worse play call. Washington now under center. 1 high safety. Motions the man inside. Now 2 high safety. Hands up to Chambers. Chambers, oh my lord. A -5 turns into a +6. As Rashad Gaddis now takes over. That'll be the end of the first down, or the first quarter. Milwaukee 7, Columbus 0. We enter the second quarter with Columbus on the 1st and 10 at the 36. Washington under center. Ricky Chambers back at it. Up for a gain of 6 yards. I mean, that's... And I feel like the worst part for Milwaukee is they called the perfect play on the previous play. A full blitz up the middle. And he got it. He got it anyways. It didn't matter. Hand off to Chambers. Chambers wide open space to the right, but he gets shoved backwards. Gain of 2 yards. He had the first down. But they say he had forward motion as he was pushed backwards. Loss of yards. 3rd and 2. Washington under center. Motion the man out to the right. This could be a run to the right. Hands off to Gaddis. It is a run to the right. He's got all the blockers in the world. Gain of 9 yards. incredible hot route called. Well, I guess hot blocker, not a hot route, right? Because he's pushing the fullback out to the right, which everyone should have known that's going to be a run to the right. As Thompson, a speed sweep, -1 yard. Ricky Chambers coming back in for Gaddis. As Columbus is inside the red zone. Washington under center, 2nd and 11, motions the tight end out to the right. Washington back to pass, 4-man rush. No one, oh, there's pressure now. He's taken down, -7 yards. Wow. Lockett, number 55. As soon as you say there's no pressure, they automatically shove the tackle 2 steps back, swim under, and take down the guy. 3rd and 18, Washington back to pass. Immense pressure coming, but it's not going to matter. Oh, my goodness. Unfortunate, 4th and 18. Columbus will have to take a field goal. Promising drive ended with Montgomery kicking the field goal, and it's good, but just barely 44-yard field goal. As Columbus gets ready for the kickoff, Milwaukee enjoying their 4-point lead at the moment. Something I don't think a lot of people might have seen coming into this game is Milwaukee leading at any time. Brooks is taken down 4 yards ahead of the 20. 1st and 10. Oh, goodness, my nose is dying right now. Abatangelo with Graham in the back. Hands off to Graham. Graham, oh my goodness. Oh, -1 yard. TFL by Ransom. Number 90. Immediately won his rep against the offensive lineman and got a TFL. Abatangelo with 2 backs by his side. More than likely a passing play. As Abatangelo, 4-man rush. He's got all day. He's going to dump it off to Fulton, and Fulton's going to get taken down. They're going to be back to 3rd and 10. I think one of the few teams that actually does do a 2-back set flanking the quarterback and it's a run is San Antonio. That's usually quite the reason they are the run team, as Abatangelo launching it to Wilkins, number 81. I mean, my goodness, 23-yard gain. And I need to pull this up. Wilkins, for Milwaukee, he is actually not even a top 4 yardage receiver on their team right now, and he is making all the plays. As Graham, out to the left, evades a tackler, pushes forward left, number 50, grabbing him, pulling down for a 7-yard gain. Number 81. It goes Brooks, Levine, Spellman, and Fulton. After that, we don't really know. But 81 is definitely not on there, as Abatangelo. Unless I'm dumb and I don't know how to read, we will see. There is a flag down. Holding against the defense. Now, again, Jordan is expected to return, defensive back number 2. Before everyone starts screaming at their monitors and saying how dumb I am, understand I am dumb, as Wilkins. No, I am correct. The tight end is not even in the top 4. I think he's top 5. I want to say he's the 6th best. As Graham gets the handoff, and he's pushing forward. He's going to go forward. And, he almost had a 1st down, 7-yard gain. Face mask against the defense would be now 1st and 10 in the red zone. Oh my goodness. Not something you wanted to see. As Milwaukee now in the red zone. Motion the man to the far right, to the far left, pitches out to Graham. Graham has a blocker. Graham stiff arms a man, gains another 7-yard gain. Call this man Mr. 7. All he gets is 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Robert Spellman coming in. Tony Graham, 11 for 74 yards, and yeah, that's almost 7 yards per carry. Almost. Abatangelo motions Wilkins out to the right. Abatangelo hands off to Spellman. Spellman pushing forward. He's going to get 3 yards, but they may say he's short, and he is short. Oof. Massive blitz on the left side. It was a good counter by the run play, but unfortunately just not enough space. Abatangelo, Spellman in the back. Abatangelo, surveying, going to motion Wilkins from the right to the far left. Back to pass. He's going to launch for all of it, and he gets it. Oh my goodness. Levine with the touchdown. Everyone and their mom thought this was going to be a run. The defensive back had the perfect coverage. And Abatangelo says, kick is up. Kick is good. That'll be 14 points, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you play football. That is how you drive down the field. Constant run plays, constant run plays. You get in the red zone where it is always best considered to do a run play. And you hold that ball and launch it in the end zone as Ellis is in a mosh pit. And Ellis is unable to come out on the other side of it. 1st and 10 at 29. That is a smart OC right there. The OC understands exactly what to do. You go down, you run it down their throats, you get inside the 20, you pretend you're going to run it down again, you pop it over the linebacker into the wide receiver's hands. Washington back to pass. Nobody around him for days. He's got a wide open man, number 19. Unfortunate. He breaks too far ahead. The ball was thrown a little bit under. The DB, if he had just turned around, could have made a play. And Jalen Washington, 1 for 4 for 19 yards and interception. Not exactly what you want to see today. Washington motions the fullback out to the left. Washington back, 4-man rush. He's got pressure in his face, hit as he throws. Oh my goodness. Thompson for a 36-yard gain. Can we talk about Washington for a second? Taking a massive hit from a defensive lineman and still getting the ball in the right spot. Some Fitz magic right there. Washington back to pass all day. Michaels going to push forward for about a gain of 2. As I will now reach my next water. I will now open this out of purview of the microphone. Washington under center. Washington back to pass. 4-man rush, 5-man rush. He's going to run to the left, and he's got speed, and he's outrunning them. And he's got a 15-yard gain. 1st and 10. My goodness. Wow. If your receivers can't get it done yourself. Washington under center. Chambers in the backfield. Chambers motion with fullback out to the right. He's going to pitch it out to Chambers. Chambers! Touchdown! Columbus. And returning from injury, defensive back number 2, Jordan. My goodness. I believe I had misspoke and said Chambers was motioning the man out to the right. I believe I meant to say Washington motioned the fullback out to the right. And can we talk about how good of a play Washington dialed up for his team? He looked at the play. He understood that it was going to be a run to the right with the fullback leading. However, he looked at his running back. He said, yeah, you're actually slow. So he motioned him out to the right, had a lead blocker, basically 4 yards away, ran the play, got a touchdown. Brooks with the return, past the 20. Take a drink of my sweet mandarin orange water. Sweetened, that is. It's not actually sweet. It's sweetened. Abatangelo, back to pass, 4-man rush. I mean, he has all day. Number 7, unable to come down with it, I believe. That would be Brooks, if memory serves me correct. 2nd and 10, that was Brooks. Abatangelo, Graham in the backfield. He actually motions Levine. Graham up to the right, motioning forward for a first down, but he's 4 yards short, so a little bit interesting. 6-yard gain, 3rd and 4. I guess, he might be indicating to the offensive coordinator, hey man, I'm getting these yards, look at me go. You should be doing this, not throwing the ball. Abatangelo motion, pitches out to Graham. Graham, oh my goodness, spin move. Taken down shy of the first down, however. And Graham has to be extremely upset with the offensive coordinator. A wasted first down throw. All he would have needed was 3 yards on that play, and they would have gotten a first down. Punt is away. Number 5, Arthur, catches it at his own 20. Number 1, Levine, takes him down at the 30. 1st and 10 for Columbus. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining, down by a score. Chambers in the backfield. Washington motions the tight end out to the left. Chambers gets the handoff. Chambers out to the left, taken down by number 4. 5-yard gain. Head injury. Linebacker number 56, Howlett, not expected to return, and that is extremely crucial for Milwaukee. Wow. Washington motions the man out to the right, but there is a 2-minute warning. Milwaukee going to try to kind of center themselves as possible concussion had occurred for Howard. Washington back under center. Chambers in the backfield. 2nd and 5. Chambers gets the ball. Wide open field. Oh my goodness. Mosh pit. They're going to shove him forward for a gain of 7. Shaw Gaddis now coming in for Ricky Chambers. Ricky Chambers 12 for 72 and a touchdown. Washington back to pass. He's got pressure in his face, but it doesn't matter. He gets the pass off to Michaels, number 7, 24-yard gain, 1st and 10. Ricky Chambers back in. Massive pressure, hand in your face, and he still delivers a strike. Washington back to pass, going to launch it immediately. Oh, unfortunate. Number 13 unable to come down with it. Incredible play by Milwaukee's defensive back and secondary today. As Ellis, I believe, was the intended target. Washington back to pass, 4-man rush. He's got wide open. Oh, flag down. Holding against the offense, Devin Baskerville. Milwaukee will take the 2nd and 20. Interesting choice. I suppose if you can get them to 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 10. But at that point, you might as well have just gone with 3rd and 10. Washington. Blitz coming. Picked up. Throws over. Triple coverage. Number 2 with the deflection. I believe that was the tight end. As it is now 3rd and 20. 1 minute and 1 second remaining. Jalen Washington, 4 of 9 for 81 and an interception. Washington back to pass. Blitz coming to the left side. Wow. Major confusion of the play. Number 44 almost had an interception. Washington not exactly seeing the field too great. Heavy wind could also be a major factor in this. However, Milwaukee has proven that isn't exactly the total truth. Columbus looking for that coffin pin. Oh, unfortunate. Booted that thing right in the end zone. That'll be a touchback. As Milwaukee takes over with 53 seconds remaining, one has to wonder, are they going to do a hurry-up offense, a 2-minute offense, or are they going to try to run the clock down? Abatangelo back to pass. He's going to launch it. This is their 2-minute offense. Fulton gets an 18-yard gain, and Milwaukee is at their own 38 now. No hurry-up offense. Interesting play. 38 seconds. Abatangelo slowly walking up to the line. Under center. Graham in the back. Now motions Graham to the left in the backfield. Abatangelo back to pass. Going to launch it immediately. Brooks with an incredible catch. 18-yard gain. Milwaukee now calls a timeout with 22 seconds remaining. Seems like if a team gets past the 50-yard line, they decide that their timeouts are actually worth something. Devin Brooks, 2 for 31 on 3 targets. Abatangelo, empty backfield. 5 wide receivers back to pass. Going to launch it immediately for Blake, and Blake gets an incredible catch for 18 yards. Milwaukee will call another timeout. 16 seconds remaining. Columbus just cannot stop anything right now. As Milwaukee, Abatangelo under center. Graham in the backfield. Abatangelo motioning the man from the right all the way to the left. Surveying the defense, and there is a flag against the offense. Unfortunate, the very man he motioned, Levine, will false start. 1st and 15. I mean, for the amount of yards, though, per pass they've thrown right now, 18, 17, 18. Does it really matter? You know, you still get a 1st down. Abatangelo, Graham to his left. He's going to motion a man from the far right to the far left. That'll be Brooks. Hike. Snaps the ball. Major blitz coming to the outside. He's going to launch it to Brooks. Double covered. 2nd and 15. You would hope that they do not go for a kick right now, and they would try one more shot, and they do. 5 wide receivers. Abatangelo in the backfield by himself. Abatangelo surveying. Back to pass. 4-man rush. He's going to launch it to the outside. Blake. 22 yards. 5 seconds. Milwaukee calls a timeout. They're probably going to go for a field goal. Incredible. My goodness. And they will. Michael Blake, 2 catches on 2 targets for 40 yards. He's up. Pettinger. Oh, it's not good. Oh, Pittenger. I apologize. Not Pettinger. Oh, 1 second remaining. Columbus could do the unthinkable and score a 91-yard touchdown. So Washington back to pass. He's going to launch it. Ellis gets the catch, 11-yard gain. That'll improve his completion percentage, and that'll bring us to the second half. Milwaukee 14, Columbus 10. If I'm Milwaukee, next time if I'm down there, I just go for the end zone. You can't rely on this heavy wind. Pittenger missed it due to heavy wind. That's so unfortunate. Montgomery with the boot. Milwaukee. Brooks with the return. Taken down shy of the 20. They'll say he's down at the 20. First and 10. Abitangelo and the Milwaukee Bees. Hoping the extended lead as Graham gets the handoff. Oh my lord. Spin moves a man out of his existence. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Milwaukee moving back to the run game as Graham shy of 100 yards. Abitangelo motions Brooks back inside. Abitangelo back to pass. Delayed blitz. And Brooks with an incredible 10-yard catch. My goodness. 1st and 10 of the 34. Abitangelo directing traffic in the huddle. He is now 11 for 15, 148 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Abitangelo back to pass. 4-man rush. There is a flag, however. Could be holding Wilkins' 5-yard gain. Offsides against the defense will be 1st and 5 from the Milwaukee 39. And that's got to be unfortunate for Wilkins. He did all that work to get a 5-yard gain, and it got missed. Abitangelo hands off to Graham. Graham pushing forward, gains 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 3. You got to appreciate that you get another, you get a fresh set of downs, 5 yards to go, but, if you take the hit, right, all that, just to, Abitangelo motions the receiver, Fulton, to the left. Go! Abitangelo hands off to Graham. Graham, oh my goodness, what an escape. 3rd and 1, Robert Spellman. Abitangelo shocked he even gained yards. It should have been 3rd and 5. Abitangelo under center, Spellman. This could be a run right up the middle. 3rd and 1. As Fulton went back in motion. Spellman up the left side. 5-yard gain. 1st down. Milwaukee possibly able to put points on the board on their first drive. Abitangelo motions the running back, Spellman, out. 5 wide receivers. Abitangelo back to pass. He's got all day and then some. He's got a blocker. He's got a 9-yard gain. Abitangelo and Washington have got to have some underrated speed. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what the coach ratings for these players are. Coaches around the league will grade players. Abitangelo pushes out to Graham. Graham spin cycles a man. Graham with amazing play. 8-yard gain. Should have been -3. Around the league, coaches are asked to give a number grade to the players, and they average those grades out. Abitangelo under center real quick. Trips to the right. Abitangelo hands off to Spellman. Spellman evades a would-be tackler. No gain. Possibly a TFL. 2nd and 9. Abitangelo. Wow. Okay, so the consensus around the league is he has good speed for a wide receiver. Abitangelo back to pass. 4-man rush. He's got people in his face. 85 is unable to come down with it. That is their 2nd string tight end, Julian Scheisinger. Interesting. Abitangelo. Spellman in the backfield. Motioning Levine to the inside. Hands off to Spellman. Spellman rushing forward, trying to get as many yards as he can. 4-yard gain, 4th and 5. Tony Graham finally getting some action, but it would be on a field goal attempt. A lot of coaches, we will, have them grade the players 0 to 99 as Pittenger kicks it, and it is good. He makes up for the missed field goal earlier. 48-yarder complete. 17 to 10, Milwaukee. 3rd quarter, 6 minutes remaining. The coaches around the league graded Abitangelo a 71 speed. That is the average that some coaches have seen. Some have him at about an 82. Others have him at a 65, and it'll average out to about a 71. As Ellis pulls it to a 24. And we should go ahead and we should see what they give Columbus. And wow, Washington quarterback Jalen Washington is graded across the league with a speed of 84. He is back to pass right now. We will continue this conversation later, and Ellis makes an insane catch. Oh my lord, number 9 unable to make the stop. Wow, what a play. I want you all to understand, they graded his first string running back at an 86, and they graded him at an 84. Chambers with the pass, the pitch, 6-yard gain. They could run the Wildcat. Columbus could actually run the Wildcat. I'm not joking with that. That is insane. There is no way this man is that fast. Washington under center. Motions Chambers out to the right. Fullback in the backfield. Washington back to pass. 4-man rush. He's got pressure in his face. Going to launch to Chambers. Chambers has the first down and more. 14-yard gain. 1st and 10. Rashad Gaddis now coming in. That is insane. They say he's faster than he is knowledgeable of the playbook. That's insane. Washington motions the fullback out to the left. Washington back to pass. 4-man rush. Nobody in his face. Back to the fullback. Paul with a 4-yard gain. For reference, folks, most quarterbacks are not graded higher than a 72. The fact that he is an 84 speaks volumes. Washington back to pass. 4-man rush. Major pressure in his face. He gets off to Gaddis. Gaddis pushing forward. 17-yard gain. 1st and 10. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. This Milwaukee defense might wind up seeing themselves tied with Columbus after leading all game. Washington under center. Massive loaded box by Milwaukee. Hands it off. Chambers taken down after a gain of 1. 1st and goal at the 2. Jack Moghen, subbed by Chris Atanasio. We'll say that. Ricky Chambers out. Gaddis now in. Hands off to Gaddis. Gaddis TFL'd minus 4 yards on the play. That was Ricardo Johnson Jr., now replaced by Rashawn Booker, as now Chambers comes in. 3rd and goal at the 7. They're going to try and run this one in. Washington going to hand off to Chambers. Chambers is a wide open lane. He evades it, and he falls, just short. 4th and inches. If I'm Columbus, yeah, you take the points. Because Milwaukee has stopped you. I understand it's inches. As oh no, the field goal is no good. Montgomery misses. Oh no. Oh my. Milwaukee takes over on the inch-yard line. Abatangelo motions the man. This is a pass play. Interesting. Oh, Levine unable to come down with it. Oh my goodness. Wow. I really need to make sure right now that everything is recording, because this is... What? Abatangelo under center. Graham way back there. Motions the man out to the right. He's going to pitch it out. Graham gets outside of his own end zone. Pushes a man over for a 1st down. Oh my goodness, 14 yards. Robert Spellman coming in for Tony Graham. Wow. And now if I'm Columbus, you don't ever kick it again. You always go for it in this instance. Abatangelo motions Levine inside. Hands off to Spellman. Spellman has 2 blockers and a lane on the outside, and he pushes forward short of the 35-yard line, 20 yards. And there's a face mask tacked onto it, and no longer will Spellman get those yards. Unfortunate. And now, Milwaukee's at the 49-yard line. And this is one of those games that just don't go your way. You scrape, you claw, you fight your way, and just bad luck. As Abatangelo gets... Wow, he gets taken down minus 7 yards. Edwards with the incredible play. Milwaukee had all the momentum. And Tevin Edwards just comes in and ruins his day again for his 2nd sack of the day. Abatangelo motions the back out to the left. They're going to go for a pass play here. 2nd and 17. Back to pass. Major pressure. Oh, no. Sacked again by Tevin Edwards. Third sack of the day. 3rd and 24. Wow. They were gifted a free money play point guaranteed drive. And they're back at it again. Motion the back out. Here comes the blitz. And a 4th sack on the day. 3 straight sacks. Oh, my. Connor, number 55, with a major sack. And wow. I mean, the coin flipped the other way for Milwaukee just now. Arthur with the return. Arthur, oh my goodness, evaded Levine, but Levine tracked him back down, taking him down at 33. I mean, Columbus gets all the way to the inch-yard line, right? They can't even punch it in. They go for a field goal, and he misses. They're on the inch-yard line, and they're gifted a 49-yard line starting point after a run and a face mask. Washington back to pass. Sacked. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, Gary. Wow. 2nd and 17. Both these defenses just do not want either one of them to score anymore. Washington back to pass. Pressure in his face. He's going to launch it. 25 with a near interception, but holding against the offense anyways. Oh, my goodness. If this also ends in a punt, that might be the first ever back-to-back drives in league history where both teams gain a net negative 30 yards. Oh, my goodness. Washington motions the man out to the right, hands it off. Chambers stiff arms a man, taken down after a gain of 4 yards. 3rd and 23. That'll be the end of the 3rd, and defensive back Hill has a leg injury, number 9. He's expected to return, though, and that is terrible because that is actually one of their better defensive backs on their team, and he just went out with an injury. He is expected to return, though. Washington under center, 3rd and 23. He's going to motion the running back out to the right, Chambers. It's going to be a pass play, obvious pass play. He's going to launch it deep with a flag down against the offense, pass interference. 4th and 23. Oh, my. Yep, that's, wow. Well, you can at least say minus 20 yards on both plays, at least. I mean, wow. And just like that, Milwaukee's luck swings right back in their favor. Brooks with the return, taken down right at the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 40. 1st and 10. Milwaukee has a chance to get all of this done right here, right now. 4th quarter, 9 minutes, 48 seconds. Show us what you're all about, Abatangelo. As I said that horribly wrong. Abatangelo, he's got a wide open man. Fulton, oh my goodness. Who was responsible for that man? Film breakdown is going to suck for Columbus. He was wide open. Wow. Amir Fulton, 3 for 3 for 58 yards. He's a cheat code. Abatangelo back to pass. Nobody around him. He's launching into the end zone. Brooks unable to come down with it. What started off as a running game has sparked a pass game. Not the greatest, 12 of 19, but 187 yards is incredible. Graham with the run. Graham off to the right. Graham has a chance for a touchdown. Taken down by number 56, the last second 17-yard gain. Robert Spellman now giving the Montgomery to Jahmyr Gibbs like effect. 46 seconds, 56 yards. Abatangelo. Motion the man inside. Go! Back to pass, hands off to Spellman. Spellman running to the right. Spellman, immediate touchdown. Thanking the man upstairs for that incredible touchdown run. First touchdown for him today, I believe. He's up Pittenger, and the kick is good. I believe there was a passing touchdown, which there was, and then I believe Chambers got the first touchdown. It's all been a blur in this game that Milwaukee has now pulled away from. And to be quite honest, I mean, Milwaukee has not lost momentum once. Ellis with the return up to the 25. I mean, if there was those win chance predicting graphs, Milwaukee wouldn't have fell below 50%. Chambers with the pitch. Chambers right out to the left, breaking inside for an immediate first down, pushing forward for a 12-yard gain. First and 10 to the 37. I mean, you know, they had the best chance was a tie, right? But then Milwaukee was still going to be favored to score, so they would have been favored to win, right? So Washington back to pass, 4-man rush, has pressure in his face, hit as he throws to Michaels, number 7 Michaels, with a 63-yard touchdown. Wow. And just like that, Hill decides he's going to return from injury as soon as Columbus puts up 16 points. Wow. Incredible. Montgomery. PAT is good. 17-24. And ladies and gentlemen, this game is not over. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a play. What a performance by the wide receiver and the quarterback. What a sell by the defense. They want to keep this interesting. Brooks with the return. Brooks taken down. Milwaukee has a chance, but Columbus also has a chance to make this go into overtime as I open my water. Outstanding motions on the inside. Graham gets the handoff. Graham pushing major yardage, 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Wow. I mean, game on the line. The offensive line is blocking their tails off, and the running backs are just getting all the yardage they need. Abatangelo motioning Wilkins to the right. Abatangelo back to pass, 5-man rush, but they pick everyone up, and Fulton with a great completion and yak. 19 yards at the opponent's 47-yard line. And just as Columbus had a chance to come back, Milwaukee is shutting the door on them slowly but surely. Abatangelo back to pass. Has all day. He's going to launch it to Graham. Graham is going to get... He might have gotten the first down. He did. 10-yard gain at the 37-yard line. 7 minutes remaining. Milwaukee, 14 of 21 for Abatangelo. That is 66% completion rate. 216 yards. Abatangelo back to pass. Launching it. Wilkins, gain of 1 yard. And Tangelo, I'm just going to call him Tangelo because he's got to get a nickname at the end of this. I mean, heavy wind, and he's doing this right now. It's incredible. Tangelo motions him in out. Off to Graham. Graham gets the handoff. Graham's 1-man to beat. Oh, 28 with an incredible open field tackle. Robert Spellman now coming in for Graham. You can tell. You can tell Columbus wants this, but Milwaukee wants it more. 3rd and 4. At worst, they get a field goal. Hopefully. Motioning Wilkins out. Spellman TFL'd minus 192 carry with the TFL. Wow. And now, we see if Pittenger can get this. It's up, and it has the leg. Oh my gosh, just barely. Wow. Wow. It doinked inside. Oh my goodness. Milwaukee extending their lead by 10. Ellis with the return. Ellis trying to make a man miss, taken down past the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 27. Columbus has got to be in their 2-minute offense right now. It's 5 minutes left, but you got to be in that 2-minute offense. You cannot allow Milwaukee to have this much of a lead. Washington under center. He's going to hand it off to Chambers. Chambers has a wide lane to the right. He's going to go down after a gain of 8. 1st and 10. I mean, you're burning a lot of clock that you need, and Milwaukee has shown time and time again to not give the ball up. Washington under center. Chambers in the back. 3 receivers to the left. Motions the tight end out to the right. Hands off to Chambers. Chambers evades a sack. A tackle, pushing forward. 11-yard gain. Rashad Gaddis now in for Chambers. And I'm pretty sure Columbus front office was wishing Ricky Chambers could just be a little bit faster. Though Chambers has eclipsed the 100-yard mark today. He will have 120 yards and a touchdown. As Gaddis now gets the handoff. He's got major blockers, but he runs into number 15 for some reason, but gets the first down. Again, you've burnt a minute of time now off of clock, and you've only moved 20 yards? 30 yards, apologies. Incredible. Washington hands it off. Gaddis off to the right. He's got one man to beat, taken down after a gain of 13. And now they're onto their third stringer, Willie Spicer. As Chambers is not yet ready to go, still in the oxygen tank. Washington under center. This cannot be a run, can it? Washington motions the man out to the left. Washington. He is going to hand off to Spicer. Spicer is going to get the run up the middle. He'll only get 6 yards. They were averaging 10-plus yards. They were averaging 11, actually, I believe, a clip. And they fell to 6. Chambers now coming out for Willie Spicer. Washington under center. Chambers gets the handoff. Chambers, oh my goodness, that was a bad play call all over the place. And there's a face mask against Milwaukee, and now Columbus gets a free 1st and goal at the 9. Oh my. Wow, that is not what you want to see. Washington, Chambers to his right. He's going to motion the tight end out to the left. Back to pass, 4-man rush. He's got all day. He's going to launch it. Oh, the wind took it a little bit too far. Tight end was unable to come down with it, because that was 5 yards away from him almost. 2nd and goal. Jalen Washington, slightly above 50%, 200-plus yards, TD, and an interception. Washington motions the fullback down to the left. Could be a run to the left. Washington back to pass. 4-man rush. Pressure immediately. He's going to launch it, and that's going to... It was about to be an interception. But number 4 remembered he plays defense because he can't catch. Under 3.5 to go. 3rd and goal. Jalen about to eclipse the 50% mark here. About to meet it, actually. He's already eclipsing it. Washington hands off to... What? I'm sorry. What? A fullback dive from 9 yards out when you average 0 yards on it beforehand. All right. Columbus going for the field goal. Montgomery, kick is up. Kick is right down the middle. Columbus closes in on Milwaukee. One has to wonder, if Milwaukee did not get the interception to start, would this game have been tied? Would have been a lot closer than Milwaukee leading the entire game. Montgomery boots it deep. Number 7 Brooks with the reception. Returning, unable. Past the 20-yard at the 24. Milwaukee now probably looking to milk the clock. They just need to get a first down. Burn through Columbus's timeouts. Columbus is probably hoping to get a stop here. Abatangelo, 5 wide receivers. Never mind, they are confident. Go! Flag on the play. Could be a false start. Could be encroachment. Could be offsides. It's offsides against the defense. 1st and 5. If I was Columbus, though, I would have declined and kept the clock running. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an announcer. Joseph Abatangelo, 15 of 22, 217, and 2 touchdowns. Hands off to Graham. Graham, I mean, he's got a semi-truck lane worth of space. Charges forward for 9 yards. Milwaukee just praying for a stop here right now. And I don't think they're going to get it. Tangelo. Back to pass. Pressure in his face. He's going to dump it off to Levine. Levine's going to get a 2-yard gain. That'll be under 2.5 minutes. And I do believe this is going to go to the 2-minute warning before they get a playoff. Milwaukee is probably going to... No. They're actually going to go for it. Never mind. Here we go. Graham. Oh, my goodness. TFL. And for some reason, Columbus calls a timeout. They are 2 seconds away from a 2-minute warning. But sure. I suppose if you can stop the clock with the 2-minute warning, that works. But Tangelo has all the time. Ooh, and it worked out in Columbus's favor. They keep a timeout now. Wow. They would have had the same result, right? You flip it, but they get to keep their timeout because that was a very risky play. Newbert. Arthur. Though thinking back on it, I suppose it doesn't really matter, right? You take the 2-minute warning. They still do a play. If they get it and they don't get the first down, you still got to call a timeout. But either way, Washington under center. This is Columbus's game-tying drive. Here we go. Washington back to pass. Pressure all in his face. He's going to dump it off to Chambers. He's going to fall. And he's not. He's going to rip the man off his back, 6 yards, and gets out of bounds. Impressive play. Jalen Washington barely fighting off the inaccurate allegations. Washington back to pass. Major pressure. He's going to launch it deep for Ellis. Number 13 unable to come down with it. 3rd and 4. This is 4th down territory, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the rubber meets the road. Washington, Chambers in the backfield. 3rd and 4. Back to pass. He's got a wide open man. Ellis, 10-yard gain, out of bounds. 1 minute, 38 seconds remaining. Wow. You cannot be happy if you are the Milwaukee fans. You've led all game. You cannot allow this overtime if you're a Milwaukee fan. Washington back to pass. Major pressure. Can he get it out? He does. He throws it away. Oh, number 7 was wide open. Oh, my goodness. Had he just had a little bit more time. Number 7 was wide open. Michaels. Oof. Washington. 2nd and 10. Motions Ellis inside. 4-man rush. He's got time. He's going to dump it off to Chambers. Chambers going to get the first down. Step arm a man. He's going to go forward. Get a gain of 15 yards. 1 minute, 24 seconds. Columbus calls a timeout. Fair enough. I would have just done a hurry-up offense, but, I'm not a coach. Washington under center. Washington back to pass. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to launch it deep for Ellis. Ellis with the pass and the touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Wow. You cannot make this up. Shaquan Ellis, 4 for 98 and a touchdown. Montgomery, the kick is up and the kick is good and the game is all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my. This game has been a wild ride. What was assured to be a Milwaukee win. Milwaukee is now tied. This could be the momentum shift that Columbus needs. Brooks, unable to get past the 25 marker. He's down at the 23. Here we go. Can Abatangelo drive his team down for one more score? Tangelo under center. Graham in the back. So it looks like a run play. Going to hand off to the fullback. The fullback running wide left. Gain of 1 yard. If I'm Milwaukee, I don't know. Do you throw it at this point? Do you want to go to overtime? I would not want to go to overtime with a team who just clawed their way all the way back. That's a lot of momentum. Tangelo is launching it to the sideline. Oh my goodness. This could be very bad for Milwaukee if they do not convert this first down. Abatangelo, 16 of 25 so far. Under center, Graham in the back. Motions 82 to the left. Hands off to Graham. Graham's going to try with all his might, and he cannot. Wow, 4th and 3. Oh my goodness. Wow. The punt team comes out. And you have to think, oh no. Okay, you don't think anything. I was going to think Milwaukee was going to drain the clock with 5 seconds left. No. Arthur taken down right at the 30. They're going to mark him down at the 31. They have 23 seconds left to win the game. Oh my. Wow. Not a spot you think you'd see. And Milwaukee is playing close defense. Wow. Oh my goodness. 2 low safeties, to be honest. Washington under center pitches out to Chambers. They're going to run it. Chambers going to avoid the tackle. Get taken down. They're probably going to call a timeout here. And they do. 16 seconds left. If I'm Milwaukee, got to play prevent. I know you prevent yourself from winning, but all you got to do is prevent them from getting... Oh, one safety. Here we go. Washington going to bomb it deep, and he does to Michaels. Oh, but it doesn't matter. They don't have enough time. Unfortunate. This will go into overtime. That was a really good play call. Really good. All right, we are at overtime now. Each team will get at least one possession, unless the team who possesses the ball first scores a touchdown or allows a safety. Columbus chooses heads, and they win. They will receive. After the first possession, the game enters sudden death. Whoever scores wins. There are multiple overtimes allowed, I do believe. I believe you can have unlimited overtimes as long as you score the same or nobody scores. Pittenger off to Columbus. Columbus with the first shot and all the momentum in the world. Ellis up past the 20 at the 23. The question is, how will Columbus attack? Will they do their 2-minute offense? That drove all the way down the field. Washington under center. Chambers in the back. He's going to fake handoff to Chambers. He's going to dump it off to Michaels, number 7. Michaels pushing forward. Gain of 15. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All I can say is wow. Milwaukee had this game all game long. Now they're in overtime facing Columbus. Columbus, Chambers. Oh my gosh, he throws a man off. Chambers running down the field. Oh my goodness, Chambers. This could be a 62-yard touchdown. Wow. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, Milwaukee doesn't even get a chance to try to score. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jesus. Okay, Ricky Chambers. Obviously the game MVP with the rushing touchdown. Game-winning touchdown. 22 rushes, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Whitley, defensive back, 15 tackles, 2 pass deflections. Oh my goodness. Abatangelo, 16 of 25 for 219, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Washington, 16 for 27 for 336 and 2 touchdowns and the crucial interception in the beginning. Game stats, Abatangelo, the game MVP. Hill, the defensive back who was injured at one point, 1 TFL, 9 tackles, 3 pass deflections. Team leaders, obviously you can see here, Abatangelo, 119 rating. Columbus, Washington, 113. I mean, wow. I mean, my goodness, this was a game. Total plays, damn near identical, 70 to 66. Rush plays, almost identical, 36 to 33. Pass plays, 34 to 33. Total yards, 411 to 574. Rush yards, 221 to 252. Pass yards was just, I blew him out of the water, 322 to 190. However, it's because of the sacks, because Columbus gained 4 sacks, Milwaukee gained 2, and Milwaukee forced the crucial interception in the beginning to give them the major lead until obviously they choked it away. Before we go to these players' stats, if anyone else is going to leave now, thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all. For those who are staying, let's check out these stats. You can obviously see who will here. Thompson with the lone end-around run with a -1 on the day. That's terrible. DeMonte Michaels with 146 yards, 6 receptions, most on the team, most yards as well. Defensively, Darius Whitley obviously leading the team. He was the game defensive MVP. Tevin Edwards, 3 sacks, and Devontae Connor with the one sack. Brandon Carey with 2 TFLs. Darius Whitley with 2 deflected passes, no forced fumbles, no recoveries. Caleb Arthur with 4 punt returns, and Shaquan Ellis with 7 kick returns. Kicking-wise, Montgomery was 2 for 3 and 3 for 3. Punts was James Tonkin, 1 punt inside the 20, 1 touchback. Head on over to Milwaukee. Abatangelo's stats right there, rushing stats, obviously. Then you can see Amir Fulton leading and tied in receptions with Troy Wilkins, but he leads, Fulton that is, in receiving yards. Nico Lofton leading the team in tackles with 11. Sacks is tied Marshall Lockett and Jermaine Gary. Interceptions, Kaysen Campbell sparking an incredible run. Marshall Lockett tied with 4 others for TFL. No TDs. Deflected passes goes once again to Kaysen Campbell with 5. No forced fumbles, no recoveries. Returns, Devin Brooks had 1 punt return, and so did Derek Hill. Kick returns was 6 for Devin Brooks, so he was kind of doing it all today. Chris Pittenger was 2 for 4 on field goals and 3 for 3 on extra points. For punts, Rich Newbert was 4 punts with 1 inside the 20. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for that electric game. My goodness, a comeback victory for the Columbus Senators. Milwaukee leading all game down to the final minute until Columbus forced OT, and Chambers ran a 62-yard touchdown. Just to make sure, I want to make sure because I forgot to check. That was his longest was that touchdown run. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you all next week, week 6. Enjoy some of the more other games that are up on the clock, and we will all see you next time.